So I take it with this question, we're not looking for the domain, we just want to write the composite function. So the inside function, what I'm seeing is the inside function is the h, and that gets substituted in for the g, and then we take that result and substitute in for the f. So here's the g function, and every place I see an x, I'm going to replace it with the square root of x. So g of h of x becomes the square root of x minus 8. And now we're going to substitute that into the f function. So to find that f of g of h of x, we're just going to nest that result into the x to the fourth. So the square root x minus 8 to the fourth power plus 7. Now, that's an answer. If they want us to expand this, that just means we're going to have to take the square root of x minus 8 times itself 4 times. I'm not totally sure that my open math makes you do this, but we can do it. It's algebra that's helpful to know how to do. So I'm missing one, aren't I? I can do this a couple of ways. I can match up two of them. Nice way to write this. So I'll FOIL these two. So square root of x times the square root of x is x. Then my outside is negative 8 root x, and inside is another negative 8 root x, so that's negative 16 root x. And then the last would be negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. And we'll get that same result here. Okay, so now we've got to expand that bottom part. So when I'm expanding polynomials, what I like to do is I just like to distribute everything through and then line them up. So that'll become x squared minus 16x root x plus 64x. That's the first one. Okay, and then I'm going to distribute the negative 16 root x through, so that's going to be what? Let's say another negative 16x root x. And then we're going to do plus, let's see, 16 times 16 is 256, unless I'm wrong. And that's x because the square root of x times the square root of x is just x. And then the last one's going to be 64 times 16 is, let's see, according to my calculator, 64 times 16 will be, and it's negative 1024 root x. And then the last one is going to be, here I'll use black ink, we're just going to distribute that 64 through. So 64x gets lined up here. And then we already did 16 times 64 once, so I believe that's going to be negative 1024 root x. And then 64 times 64 is 4096. So then we combine our like terms. There's not a lot of like terms to combine, are there? So I guess I would write, well, let's see. I've got an x squared way up here, so I guess I'm going to write down x squared. And then, let's see, these are the only x root x, so negative 32 x root x. And then I've got 64 plus 64 plus 256. That's giving me 384x. And then I've got minus 2048 root x. Then I've got that plus that 44096, plus I've got that 7 from original. So these two I can combine to get an answer, a single answer, and that's what it is fully expanded out. I would think that my math lab or my open math not going to make you do that. I think you just do the substitution thing. Okay, hope that helps.